Good afternoon. This is the Department of Procurement Services eProcurement the Department of Procurement Services eProcurement Vendor Workshop. In this workshop, you will learn how to access the iSupplier portal that will enable you to do online bidding as well as submit invoices. It will also allow you to update your supplier record and many other things like view payments. In 2015, Mayor Rahm Emanuel mandated the Department of Procurement Services to go electronic in its bidding solicitation. In lieu of having paper bids, we now have an electronic bidding format, and that is what is our iSupplier. In order to be a participant in an electronic bid solicitation, you must be a vendor that is registered into the iSupplier portal. In order to become a vendor that is registered in the iSupplier portal, if you currently have a vendor number with the City of Chicago, you can request an invitation, and then you will be given a login password to go along with your ID. Your ID will be your username, and you'll be given a password, a temporary password. And with that temporary password, you will be able to log in here, and at that point, you will be able to access the iSupplier portal, and I will show you that. In the event that you don't know your vendor number, but you know that you are a vendor with the City of Chicago, you can register here. But the other caveat to that is if you, in registration, there are two things. Right here, again, you can request an iSupplier invitation because you know, that you are a vendor with the City of Chicago. You have a vendor number, and so you can request an invitation here. In the event that you are not a City of Chicago vendor, you currently don't have any contracts with the city, you are interested in doing business with the city, then here you would ask for a new vendor registration. And you would click on this link, and this link will show you, take you through the steps for registration.
I'm sorry, how did you get there? The City of Chicago got
Yes, eProcurement. Okay. Well, once you signed in, you have to sign in. It may be on the table. Yeah.
Go ahead, Pam. I know you're recording too.
Okay.
Are you a student? No. Oh, cool. So the only person in class is me. We have people online.
So, as well, at vendor registration, please be advised that the City of Chicago and our sister agencies being city colleges, Housing Authority, Park District, Public CPS, CTA, Metropolitan Pier, and Public Building Administration, along with Cook County, are their own separate entity. They are not part of the City of Chicago online portal. So if you currently have any kind of registration, a vendor number, certificate of registration with any of our sister agencies, it does not coincide with the City of Chicago's iSupplier portal. It is separate and in and of itself. And again, if you are a vendor, you can request an invitation. It will go to a clerical support unit email box, and they will send you an invitation. New vendors not doing business with the city must register. If you're interested in an electronic bid solicitation, then you would come here to our current bids and solicitation opportunities. This is for our eProcurement bids and solicitation, as well as our paper bids, which are non-eProcurement bid and solicitation opportunities. This is for your paper bids, and this is for our electronic eProcurement bids. see if it'll move over. Does it move over? No. Okay. This is the City of Chicago eProcurement solicitations. It is known as an abstract. The abstract is where you see all of the electronic bids. Where we were when it was e-bid solicitations, eProcurement bid solicitations, it brings up this page right here, which is our abstract of all the current solicitations that are out for bid right now. And when you look at this, you may see something that you are interested in bidding. It's very intuitive. Event, right here, this column actually means the type of contract that is being out for solicitation, such as commodities. And then there's construction. There are delegate agencies, and so on. You see that right here? It says that we're going to show you the first 10 pages. You hit next, and you'll be able to see the remaining, or how many more solicitations are out that we are currently going to do business for. This column is, this header column right here is very important to you, the vendor who are interested in doing business with the city. Right here, the department name allows you to see who is the department that's putting the solicitation out for bid. Again, the event column shows you the type of solicitation that is out for bid. The solicitation number is the number that you would be using throughout your filling out your application. Filling out the solicitation. This could be your RFP, RFQ number, or it could just be a contractual solicitation number. It coincides with a specification number, and as you see here on solicitation title, spec number always follows precedes the description of the solicitation. So here's your specification number, and this is the description of this solicitation number right here. The advertisement date is the date that this solicitation will be in the paper. The supplier response date, start date, is the same date as of the solicitation, meaning that when you see it on the 13th, from the 13th until the deadline, you have time, that's deadline for questions, till the supplier response due date is the time when the bid is going to close. That's the day of the bid opening, and that is, you must have your bids in before 11 a.m. on this date of the supplier response due date. We strongly encourage you to submit an electronic bid if you are interested in bidding on this solicitation as well. We strongly encourage you to submit your solicitation way before 11 a.m. Let's say it's 10:30 a.m. That was really not the time to begin to submit your solicitation, because you never know what you're going to run into. So it's best to start your solicitation at the date or any date after advertisement, but definitely way before the solicitation closing time, which is at 11 o'clock. No further bids will be accepted. The system shuts down. If it's like 11:58 and you hit enter, it's already 2 minutes gone, and it may shut down and not take your bid. So we strongly encourage you to do it. Give yourself plenty of time to do it. As well, the deadline for questions on this particular solicitation is November 26th. So anything that you may want to know about this solicitation, the header table right here gives you as much information as possible. This details right here, the sunglasses, is the PDF of the solicitation. So if you want to see the solicitation, you have to click on it. If you want to print out a hard copy for yourself, you can click on the eyeglasses. It'll give you a PDF of the solicitation. This is not how you submit your bid. This is how you view it on a PDF. So what I'm going to demonstrate to you is how to submit a solicitation. So you are a vendor, you have your login, you've used your password, and as I've just done, this is how you log into the Oracle system. This is our testing instance right here. This is not our production instance. This is testing, but you would follow the exact same thing. So you go to City of Chicago online bidding, sourcing, sourcing homepage. The sourcing homepage gives you a list of active solicitations, but if you want to see a full list, you click on full list, and it'll give you more choices. All the bids that you yourself have bidded on as a vendor, okay? Because I signed in as a testing vendor, and these are all the solicitations that I've bidded on thus far. Now, the interesting thing about this column is your response status. Response status, as you see, are active.
Excuse me, I'm late. I've been wandering around the building.
Really? So sorry.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing.
Well, welcome. I'm demonstrating now how to submit an electronic solicitation. Okay. So the response status right here is active. A resubmission required means that there is some more information needed or some more information that's been provided to me, the vendor, that I must take care of. So a resubmission is required because they may be trying to tell me that there's an addendum, or they may be trying to tell me that even if it's a date change, it's still an addendum. So they're telling me something, and with this, I have to acknowledge that. So active, again, means that you have submitted your solicitation. Requires a resubmission required means that you need to attend to that.
That's your name, Pamela?
No, ma'am, I'm Pam Walker-Smith. Yes.
It's just a fake vendor.
Yes.
Right.
This is our testing vendor.
Tested vendor.
Yes, because we are in a training instance. This is not our production. Yes.
So we want to demonstrate how a vendor, you as a vendor will actually go in, log in, and bid on a particular solicitation. And so in doing so, we demonstrated this or bidded on various bids that we had out there as a city, quite a bit. And so this is what you will see. So as you go through the bidding process, you will have more and more in your list as well. So one of the status response that you don't see up there is draft.
Draft.
Yes.
DRFT.
DRFT, that is correct.
Log in, what do you log in with?
So, Pam Walker
Mhm.
spoke to this earlier, so when you log in as a supplier, so you have a supplier number now, right? You log in.
Okay, wait, sorry. So, are you currently a vendor with the City of Chicago?
No.
You do not have a vendor number currently. You've never done business with the city.
We used to have a vendor with
I'm here to
CPS.
find out. I got a
No.
whole bunch of questions. I'm listening.
But are you currently a vendor with the City of Chicago? Okay, both of you. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. Write in your notes. Write in your notes. www.
Well, yeah, I get this already saying. I don't want to say.
I've seen you before.
I was
www.
already getting some complaints.
dot City of Chicago
City of Chicago.
.org
.org.
// that's forward. Go the other way.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. eProcurement. eProcurement. That's going to bring you to our microsite page, this page right here. Okay? This is called a microsite. Up here on this orange ribbon, no ma'am, microsite. That's what this is. Yes, ma'am. Up here on this orange ribbon will have these headers there when you log in, but they're not there on this system, but they'll be up there, okay? Then you're going to go to login. No, you want to go here. Because you're not a City of Chicago vendor currently, you cannot request a supplier, iSupplier invitation. You must register as a new vendor. Yes, ma'am, new vendor registration. At that time, your registration will come to a clerical support team's mailbox, and they'll review your information. It's important that in that registration that you include your W-9, your FEIN number, and the registration, because if you don't, we'll ask for it.
I got a question. So, you mentioned you got to request a supplier invitation. Does it mean that
You can't, because
unless you're a vendor, you won't get opportunities to bid.
no, sir, that's not true. No, sir, that's not what I said. Okay, hold on. Request an iSupplier invitation is solely for vendors who currently have a vendor number already with the City of Chicago. Do you currently have a vendor number with the City of Chicago? Yes, so you've never done business with the city. Our Department of Finance / controllers have never sent a check to your company.
Correct.
Okay, so therefore you must submit a new vendor registration, okay? In that registration, we ask you a couple of things about your business, not about your business, but your business address, information, you know, your name, your company name, your address, but we want your W-9 number. In this registration, you may have to upload that W-9, okay? Not a problem, I'm just telling you. Wait, hold on. And so once you do that, once you complete that, then it'll be received by our clerical team, and then it'll be reviewed. And if everything that we reviewing from the W-9 matches what's on your registration, then you're approved, and you'll get your login. You'll get your login. You'll get you'll get your password. Okay.
Can you hire somebody to help you do this?
You shouldn't. It's simple. It's easy. Yeah, you don't need anybody to help you.
Can I
You
ask you
don't.
a question?
Yes.
And I follow what you're saying. Here's my question. I actually work we representing one manufacturer. We sell to major contractors with the city.
Oh, so you're a sub.
So we're sub. So we're trying to get in town on projects, sure, to see the
Right.
specs, get involved. They've asked for this, so how do you do that? Right up all this?
That's correct.
So I'm assuming I have to register, so then I would see the.
You can look at the
The
solicitation.
opportunities this way. If they're too
Yes.
big, they'll be on the paper PDF.
We
Or
will
everything
we
all
will
over
state
your-
that.
All this will go in here.
Yeah,
individually.
we'll state that. If
Right.
it's too big to view online, we will state that you have to come here to bid and bond and pick it up.
Okay.
Right.
But they'll all come through the.
Yes, iSupplier. Yes,
So I just need my boss, and I said, I'm going to figure this out.
yes,
He needs to get logged on.
Yes.
He'll get all registered.
yes,
Then he'll get, then the stuff, we'll be able to see everything.
Everything.
And
Yes.
the things we want to, we
Yes.
know which projects they are.
yeah,
We'll be able to see it, and we'll get the specs.
yes,
This is great.
exactly, yes, exactly,
I
right.
wanted to go here. I've been
Yes.
every place today.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
so I'm just going to jump ahead of it right quick just to tell you, show you help. On the orange ribbon, it's not here, you don't see it. It will be here on your computer though. It's help, it's about right in here. Oh, here. Help. 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 What that does for you is give you the emails. If you hit eProc support, the clerical support team will get your questions if you have a question. Hey, I got my login and my password and I've logged in, now what do I do? You send that email to this email stream and it'll be received and your question will get answered, okay? So fear not, there's help available for you. Not only there, but as well, we have online training material as well. Anything that is written here, you can click on that word, on the lettering, and you'll get a PDF copy that you can read. But if you click on the word video, you'll get a video and you'll get a visual of how to do everything. This is registration. How do I register? how to submit a registration right here. Okay, you can click on that and you can get a PDF, or you can look at the video. How to reply to a registration invite, because once it's received by the clerical team and they approve it, you get another email from what is from our source of workflow mailer with more information. Okay, and so this is just a chock full of information on how to register and how to update anything that you may want to update on your supplier record. Let's just say your boss, as you referenced, would log in and he would become an iSupplier portal vendor, but he may want you to log in too. So he can add you to the supplier record. He can add you. Here it's about the solicitation and bidding opportunities. How do you submit a bid? Solicitation bid opportunity information. These are your hows too. How to view a bid. And then as an iSupplier vendor, iSupplier portal vendor, when you do business with the city, you are able to review your invoices, payments, and receipts on the portal. So it's very acclimated to giving the vendor an opportunity to see all of your business processes with the city. So you get to, you can't at this time submit invoices, but you can look at the invoices that have been received. And you can look at your purchase history and your payments, and here go your receipts and any returns. And again, the alphabets on the alpha, you can just click on that and you'll get a PDF, and you click on video and you get a visual. So here you got supplier responses and submissions. And then here, this is all about our delegate agency, which is not procurement. So I won't speak to that. So that's on online training. I'm going here again to show you that these items here come across this ribbon here. It's just not here. It's in a list of values, which is here. So, okay. So you have your help, you have your online training materials, and then you have your current bids and solicitations. Now you get, so now I'm gonna go through it again. Yes, yes I do. So again, because you're new to this, you must register. That's one. Here, although it's speaking to registering there, you want to come to where it says vendor registration and come down here to new vendor registration. Okay. Here, I already have this up, but I just want to click on it so you'll see what happens when you click. This is our abstract. These are, again, all of the current solicitations available right now, currently now to whatever future date is out here that you can submit a bid on, okay? That is here, current bids and solicitations. Here, this line, non-eProcurement bid and solicitation opportunities are strictly, currently, non-eProcurement. They're paper bids, okay? It's not an electronic solicitation. So it's the old way, so to speak, of how we do our business for bidding opportunities. And here, eProcurement, anytime you see E in front of it, know that it's an electronic process.
In the eProcurement part of things, for example, if there's a job, you're able to download the documents, et cetera, and say,
On that abstract.
okay, perfect. And I saw it.
You can show.
Here,
And I assume but one of those things still has to do.
this one, right here, where it's details, and it's the eyeglasses. This will give you a PDF. Again, I think you came in about this part. So this is the department. This is, these, again, all the current solicitations available now, right, and in the future. The headers, the column headers is what you are very important to you. This is the department that has put the solicitation out. This is the type, it's the commodities, okay? Construction, commodities, a delegate agency, a small order, work services, those are all types, okay. The solicitation number is the number that you will have to use most often, because this is the number that you will have to refer back to. What is the solicitation number? It's this number here in this column, okay? The specification number always coincides with the solicitation number, because remember, it's not a contract yet, so there's no contract number involved in this process at this time. There's no contract number involved because you're going to bid on it. So the solicitation title is the spec number, and then the description of the solicitation, okay? The advertisement date, again, is the date that it goes out to bid. It's going to be in the paper. That's today. The date of response begins the same day it hits the paper, which means you can start submitting your response, or you can start filling out your response and or submit it on the 13th if that's what you choose to do. The supplier response date is the date that the bid actually opens. So this bid opens on the 19th at 11 a.m. We strongly encourage our prospective vendors to not wait till 10 o'clock a.m. to start to fill out the solicitation, because you don't know what can happen in that hour. Your system might crash. Our system might crash, you know, so you pages may not populate correctly. So don't wait till the last minute, because at 10:58 the clock is ticking, and you can hit enter, space, anything, and 2 minutes pass, you're shut down. If you didn't get to submit your bid, you didn't bid. Okay? If you did not hit the submit button, you did not submit a bid. Okay? And then the deadline for questions are here, so you have a period of time from the date of advertisement to submit questions before the actual bid opening. Okay? So pay attention to the column headers and to your dates and to your solicitation number. Now I'd like to attempt to submit a bid, if I can, in the time frame that we have now. Okay. All right. Now, what's the proper way for me to find my number? Just put it in and search?
So you do the search and change it from title to number,
Yes.
and then type in your number, and that number comes off of that abstract page that
Okay.
you do get that.
Okay, very good. All right. Yes. So, did you guys get it?
No,
Okay.
that must have been when I was on the previous page.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. So, see here it says search open solicitations up here. See that? Okay. You've logged into the system. You've used your username and you've used your password, right? And now you're logged into Oracle iSupplier portal. Log in. Where we log in at in the beginning.
Oh, just log out. Go back
I
to
didn't
your
want to do that. I don't want to log out. Okay,
negotiation.
negotiation, log out.
Right.
Okay.
So it brings you to a page like that.
Okay, gotcha. Understand again, we're in test instance. You're not going to be in test instance. You're going to be in production. And it's probably going to say apps prod here or blank, where here is telling me that I'm in test because that's where I need to be. But your page is going to look just like this, okay? No, ma'am, because Jade is our testing instance. It's for us, okay, to show you how to log in to production, how you're going to submit your solicitation. Okay, so I'm going to log in again. No, ma'am. Yes, that's to get to the microsite to show you how to get to current bid opportunities. Hold on. Whatever your username's going to be at login. Right. The system's going, after you register. After registration, you will receive, once we've approved your registration, you will receive your username, which is generally your email address, unless you choose something else, and your password, a temporary password. You'll get a temp. And once you get the temp, then once you get your temporary password, then you can log into the system just like I'm logging into it here now. So we're logging in. So here you'll see Oracle application homepage, right? It's not going to say Jade up here. It's not. But you see personalized. So follow the lead. You're in Oracle, and this is your main menu. In your main menu, you have two responsibilities. Okay. Here is the iSupplier portal with invoice creation. That's all about billing, invoicing, receipts, and your vendor record. Okay, I don't want to show you that right now. I want to show you about bidding. And here is City of Chicago online bidding. That's where you're going to submit your solicitation. Okay, so you go here, and you just follow the tree. And you click the plus button again. And now, in order to get to where we were, you have to go to sourcing homepage. That's the only place you go. You got 3 clicks. You click here, let the tree fall, you click again, and the tree will fall again, and you want to select sourcing homepage. So now this is where we were. And it's already defaulted. Search open solicitations. It's already defaulted to title. Title would be this description right here, but you're probably not going to know all this part. We only want to know what was that RFQ that was in the paper, or what was that solicitation number that was in the paper. So you changed it from title to number, right? So my number for this training, 6535. Oh, I can select it. Let me see. And then you hit go. Now, it's not in here because these are the things that I've already bidded on, right? I've already submitted a solicitation for. This number is on the abstract here. Okay? All right. Got it? Okay.
How do you get the abstract again, from the other page to this?
Okay. That's in here. This one. Yes, ma'am. This one. Okay. Okay. All right, here. So now I'm going to hit go. Okay. And here it is here. Here's my number. Here's my specification and title. And I got 28 days and 22 hours to submit my solicitation because it closes December the 14th. So I got a lot of time. This monitor right here shows you your progress. So let's just say you start, you get a little squiggly line, all the way up to you've submitted, right? You know how bar graph, how these type of graphs go. So it's just showing you where you're at in your process, all right? And your company's response is 0. When you've submitted your bid, you get a number here to be 1. So now I'm going to select it. No. Is it spinning? Yes, it is. Can't stop it. It's going to open up the solicitation? Okay. All right. I don't want that. Start over. Number 6535. Hit go and select here. Select your button. And hit respond. So now we're hitting respond because we want to do that. We want to respond to the solicitation. So right here, you have our terms and conditions. Now, let me tell you what's important about this right here. You must accept the terms and conditions, because if any addenda, amendment, change, anything occurs within the original RFQ, original solicitation number, then you'll receive it. So you must accept it, even though as a sub, you're speaking as a sub, you want to, so a change, so you,
I know what you're saying.
right, you want to get all, you want to get every document that came after the original solicitation. So you must accept our T's and C's. So down here, put you on a, automatically puts you on the takeout list. That's a very important, very important. To accept this, it automatically puts you on the takeout list. You automatically receive any further information. So I'm going to accept it. So you see it up here at the top, you read it, you come down to the bottom, and you accept it. So you'll see that accept is right now grayed out. You can't accept it until you actually accept it. Yes. I accept these terms and conditions. Now it's not. You can now click it. Must accept the terms and conditions. So now, again, it tells you my time left and when our responses are due. And this is the header of requirements. A couple of things on this page, but let's just go down the line. Okay. Requirements are documents that are required by the City of Chicago, the Using Department, and Procurement Services. Some requirements may be just by the department. Some may be by the Using Department that's that's put out the solicitation, and or DPS, or just legal by law. These are requirements. So for this one right here, you have a bid deposit. This is a commodity. No, this is construction? Yeah. Okay. So it says performance bond is required. So it's telling you the requirements. You must submit whatever is required.
So this is a checklist.
Yeah, of what you need. So bidders' questions, do we fill this out now or we fill it out? Is it mandatory that it gets filled? I don't see an asterisk.
Yes. So anything on this requirement list is mandatory, so you'll put none. So it's a little confusing with the wordings and bigger questions. It's not like you're asking a question to us, because we can't see this at all and up until the bid opening. This is like any exception, so we relabeled it and labeled it bidder exception. So that's why you will put none.
Another thing is the EDS number. Must they have an EDS number to continue? So you'd have to fill out an EDS as well, your company economic disclosure statement in order to submit a bid as well. EDS, economic disclosure statement. Can I just put in the Dunphy number? Commodities works checklist. Okay. Okay. This is our yes/no area. So we read this here, but it's the commodities, work, services, heavy equipment, small orders, construction, job checklist. So schedule of prices. Now you may or may not have it, or it may not, may or may not be required by your company. So yes to that.
So basically what you're saying yes
Yes to
or no
that.
to is that you attach that particular document to that, right? Now, does the system validate that you
That's why I say there's a lot on this page, because attachments are on this page. I'll show it to you.
And the system will not allow you to go any further unless you fill this out.
Correct.
You go to the top.
No, ma'am, I'm going up to the top to show you how you add an attachment. So to add an attachment, that's up here. But to fill it out after you finish completing your yes, nos, these are the things, these are things that are subject to your company. So while we have no, you can't be a corporation and a joint venture, right? So I selected that I'm a corporation, but I'm not a partnership, I'm not a joint venture, I'm not a sole proprietor. Okay. I have submitted my EDS. Here's your certificate of filing, your economic disclosure statement. And I am not looking to, for any incentives, which incentives are good for you because there's a percentage that you get from if you select to have an incentive. And I think with construction, they generally choose alternatively powered vehicles, but I'm not thoroughly sure that's because that's not my area. So now that I've filled out this page, I'm going to just save my draft first. Save and save often, right? So I'm saving my draft. And now it's telling me that my, so now this is my number. This is my number, my quote number. This is me. Now I have a number that I've submitted my quote to this solicitation number. And again, here's your header that I have saved it as a draft. But I'm not finished yet. We're not done. So now I've saved it as a draft and I want to continue. The article control requires you to quote on all lines. Oh, I have, okay. Okay, not bad. All right, so the quote unit price, I must put a dollar number there or a quantity?
A number.
Okay.
You have to put a number and it does your calculation
For you, okay.
So the target quantity is like 48. Of that, what is the value? $2,
Right.
50 cents, or whatever the value is per unit or per acre, but for each that you're giving, you're bidding on this particular bid.
Right. So you, the business owner, would know that. I'm clueless, so I'm just going to put 5s across. Because at this point, this is your bidding process. Now you're bidding on the lines. First, there are 2 tabs. Your header tab, we went through that. Add your attachments, look at the requirements. These are required. And then fill out your yes, no. Save your draft and then continue, or you can go back up to lines. Because I didn't, I hit continue and then I got the error message. So now I know that lines is where the proposal lines are, and so I'm just going to go there. Although I didn't save it, it didn't take away my, my entries either. So that's pretty cool. So I save it. Save my draft, and then I hit continue. Do we speak to quote by spreadsheet? So quote by spreadsheet, you can submit a spreadsheet. Felicia, does the using department or the, how do they get a spreadsheet? Is it an already pre-drafted spreadsheet? They can just, how, in the, okay.
So what that means is basically if you, for construction, like for this construction had like 200 lines, I just scaled it down to 10.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do what Pam just did, just put 5 all the way down and then hit next and next and next, right? You export those lines into a spreadsheet, right? So it exports all the data that's on this screen to an Excel spreadsheet, right? And then you put your
Okay, so let's say we was working with the 200 lines, we would select quote by spreadsheet. And then it will give you this page,
Correct.
like this, with the lines
First quote by spreadsheet.
right here, quote by spreadsheet. It'll give you the lines, 200, we got 10, and it'll give you its headers, just like you see. And what you'd have to put in is your unit, your quote unit price. And once you upload it, then it will calculate the unit, your unit prices against the quantity quote, correct? Your target quote. Okay. Yeah, I hit save.
What does target quote mean? That's what you're saying is needed, or the department is saying is needed?
The department is saying it's needed because we didn't enter that information in there. Right. Okay. So now, again, this is your bid, and your bid total, your total quote is up here. So you didn't have to use a calculator. You didn't have to add it all up yourself. The system did it. Quote quantity. Here's your line needed by, here's your line total. And so that line total calculates this quote total here. Okay, so it does it for you.
I'm just warning you, I see exactly what you're doing. I know on construction projects, it's a lot of stuff.
Correct.
With everything that's on the project, with some of the items.
Especially construction.
On a list.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, you're doing a spreadsheet. What are some of the items that material you're using on the project are included in the list?
No, so you're only bidding on what's on the list.
Okay.
And so
Yes.
you're not.
You're
able
not
to
you can't add.
You
Yeah, no.
It's only
Right.
what's on the list.
Right.
That's how it's bid.
Right. It's not like you're going to submit a bid and tell us what you can do extra.
Yeah.
It's what is only on the
I
proposal
understand.
line order,
I'm just saying about
proposal line items.
runway expansion, believe it or not.
Yeah, sure,
You
absolutely.
don't have all the.
No.
They'd be hard pressed to have all the material that's used on the runway.
It probably would be more than one thing, and it'd probably be grouped
They
out.
probably handle it differently.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It'd be
This is
grouped
just-
out.
Yeah, this is just an example, but the runway stuff is probably broken up to several different things, so.
Okay.
And it's,
That's pretty neat.
and it's out there, so, yeah.
So it says that it's confirmed that I have completed my quoting, right? And again, here's my number. I'm sure this is my response number. Okay. And your draft responses are always available from the Managed Draft Responses page, which means if you change your mind, you can go back and you can change anything.
Hit negotiations.
See, this is my draft. So we have active, resubmission required, and then draft. Because I'm not through yet. I haven't submitted it yet. I've only just did my proposal pages. So we go back to the solicitation and hit go. Okay, let me look down. Okay, all right. Those are the books, yes. That's attached by our department. Okay. I believe I am. Okay. So here's our price, here's our total. We don't want to change anything. We didn't change nothing. We left it as it was. And so now here's our electronic signature, and it's telling you that, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, yes. And it's telling you that by submitting this, now you're subject to submitting your bid. Okay? So you must click that. Name first. Okay, Bet. Name first. Name first. Okay. So,
Since you've done the whole bid, you're done.
yes, ma'am. I'm done.
Summary, writing all, executive, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
Yeah, just, yeah.
Okay.
The title,
All right.
generic title.
A generic title. Yeah.
Right.
Look. Okay. Select my checkbox and let's see. There's my submit. Can I save it again? Or should I not? It's done.
You're done.
I'm done. I'm gonna submit. And so now it's saying that your quote has been submitted. So returning, oh, I don't want to return the source and homepage. I want to go back and see that I'm active. So now I'm active. So I was in draft. Now I'm active, and I submitted my bid. But what I'd like to see is my response number. When it said response is 0, I thought it would say 1.
No, we get,
Okay. Okay.
monitor.
Well, here's my monitor, but it's, yeah, okay.
What does the monitor change into? All I see is a grid.
Right, it does change.
Oh, okay.
It does change. Do you know when? Yeah, I've seen it in colors. It changes. Yes, it does. Okay, sorry, I can't answer that one.
Testing or what.
All right. So at this point here, now I have 4 active solicitations and 1 that requires my attention. Okay. So we've submitted our solicitation. I went through all the things and all the items that you needed to know. And so at this time, do you have any questions? Because you got 3 minutes. This is over at 3.
I have one, just one that I didn't get covered, but I'm going to ask you again. Do you got a name for that master list of all the solicitations? Abstract.
Mm-hmm.
So when you log in, is that when you find the abstract?
No, again, the abstract is on the orange ribbon.
Yeah, that's right. So,
You're not logging in at that point,
No,
right? The abstract is just you're seeing everything.
you're here.
that's out there. You haven't logged in.
You're here.
here's my question. I want to say that and make sure. So, why would I need to become a vendor for the abstract?
You don't. You need to become a vendor to bid. Right. You need to accept the terms and conditions in order to receive any amendments or addenda that comes up from that. Yes. So you can print out as many, you can print out a paper copy.
I can go to the abstract first time. If I don't have a vendor number, I don't sign it,
No.
I wouldn't get the updates.
No, that's not true. So,
Because you remember, I'm interested because I'm a sub to the guys.
Mm-hmm.
so let me just clarify what Pam is talking about. So, there's a couple things. Now, when you go here and go on the abstract,
Mm-hmm.
all the abstract and all the addendas amendment will come on the abstract as well. But if you want to get first deal before it really, because sometimes you might not want to go out here every day, right? And you want to get notified. That's when you get on the takeout list and just get notified, you know it's out there already, right?
Yes.
So if you don't want to, right? You don't want to, you'll wait and then go out there on the abstract and you get to see all the amendments, all the addendums, clarification on there.
But if I want to get notified, I have to be a vendor.
Correct.
Automatically, will I get notified of everything?
You'll get notified of everything
Mhm.
regarding to that particular specification. That is
Mm-hmm.
Just look at that particular.
No, so you will get all the notification regarding, say, spec number, and go up here. all the solicitation concerning, say, this is one of the ones you submit, accept the terms and conditions on, you'll get all the notification regarding that.
So once I go through 5 jobs I wanted, I go in and I click and then I automatically get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I understand I had that, I wasn't following.
No,
Mhm.
so you'll get that, yeah, you'll get notifications on that.
Right.
However, this is the way the city is going, we're going paperless.
Mm-hmm.
And so even as a sub, you may, at some point, want to bid on your own, and so it is very beneficial.
Well, I have some, see, that's, it wouldn't hurt.
Mhm.
Yes,
Correct.
exactly. It
Really,
wouldn't hurt that.
it'd be nice just what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
And,
Thank you, I was a little confused, now I got it.
you
Right.
got it. All right,
Yeah.
to get there. So again, it all starts on our microsite page, which is here.
Mm-hmm.
This is our microsite, and it starts into log registration, as Pam told you, because you're not a vendor, you wouldn't select this. You
Right.
select here.
Yes.
You attach all your documents, you put them on, so it won't delay you in getting registered. And after all you've done, all you've been back and forth, maybe getting registered, right, and you change your password and all that, you go to our current bidding opportunity, you click on all the eProcurement bid, the electronic bid, if that's something you're interested, and then your paper bid, you're able to do that as well, because we haven't rolled out all the procurement types,
Mm-hmm.
right, because we still have some in paper. So you'll look at both, but for electronic bids, you would do here, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll go to our abstract page, and again, do your detail, and I'm gonna click on that, no, tear it out. And this is where you would actually see, this is production, remember,
Mhm.
in testing, you had the J there.
Right.
This is the same screen without J. And you'll use your username and password and log in. And then the abstract that I got, I lost it.
Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. It's a 3 o'clock, please.
Yeah. I was trying to do
There we go.
It makes sense now,
the
it's pretty
detail,
nice.
the detail, and then here's your PDF.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that PDF, depending on your system, may take anywhere up to 5 minutes. We have tested this on the Starbucks Wi-Fi, a construction one, and we were able to download it within less than 5 minutes. So we
That's pretty
did
good.
our testing before we rolled
Mhm.
this out. So we definitely don't want that interface and have to pull this back. Okay?
We used to go all, we have everything on it.
Very soon, we'll have everything on electronic.
You're definitely very good. 50
Um,
years.
no, we were commissioned by the mayor and our CPO to have all the procurement types, just hit open, yeah. All the procurement types of electronic by end of year. So next month, we just have all this stuff.
Well, it's nice, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah, so we have the only contract type that is not electronic is vehicle and heavy equipment, and what is it, work services?
Mm-hmm.
So we're work services. So we're working on that now.
So this is a PDF of the.
PDF version of the solicitation that you will possibly bid on, okay? And it gives you all the scope of work and things that is required, okay?
What's the name of your company?
This Beach Excel Center.
Okay, so you're interested primarily in like probably delegate agency. Mhm. So you need to attend a delegate agency training.
What are we doing?
You need to attend a delegate agency training.
That's more of a speech, yeah.
Let me see home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they have anything set up. They say coming
It's
soon.
just coming soon, yeah.
So here you would,
Why would I go to delegate agency?
Because you're a delegate agent, because that commodity that you service is a delegate agency. It's not a city of Chicago contractual type. You looking for grant, generally you deal with grants and,
Well, I have a new product called Busybody,
mm-hmm,
and Busybody is actually a safety wear. It's trademarked.
mm-hmm. Write down this email address.
So right now it's in
Yeah, OBMGMU.
Well,
Right.
it's on the same thing,
They don't have any dates. It says coming soon.
I know,
Oh, yeah. Right, so that's, right. So actually, this completes, yeah, this completes our presentation on the eProcurement, DPS's, Department of Procurement Services eProcurement process. Yeah, I think it's at 3 o'clock.
so, make sure you sign.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming.
This was good.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Here, we okay down here?
Glad I made it.
What is the 3 o'clock? Oh, 3:30. Oh, aviation. Oh. You don't want to sit through that one?
I want to say, I think, all the construction projects are going to be on this, so that's pretty unfair.
Hey, Felicia, do I need to put it back on the presentation?
Jackie, you want to cut it off? Okay. I think it was still recording.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, well, we make
Uh,
conduit, we make a lot of electrical stuff.
No,
Not new.
It's a whole different presentation.
Not new, baby.
I said,
So I want to do projects early so I can find out.
oh, no,